Well, good morning and welcome to week 10 of our prayer journey. And we continue to make transitions through this journey. For quite a few weeks we were talking about prayer practices that involved mainly the mind and speech prayers. And we transitioned into a part of the journey where we were talking about body prayers. This week we transition again and we think about ourselves as not living in isolation, but living among an expansive creation. All of us created together by God, who is our creator. And so I am outside today in creation, in our Trondium prayer garden, doing this video today. And I think for many people, for myself included, creation is incredibly powerful for me in connecting with God. It's also incredibly powerful for many of the psalmists. If you go through some of the Psalms, you will see all kinds of references to creation and how those people who wrote those hymns saw God in creation. And I'd like to share just a couple verses from Psalm 8. O Lord, our sovereign, how majestic is your name in all the earth. When I look at the heavens and the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you have established, what are human beings that you are mindful of them? And so this idea of being in creation, of seeing God present in creation, goes back thousands and thousands of years. The way I've experienced it is so often when we travel up to our cabin, which is in the far northwest reaches of the state, far from any light pollution. And at night, on a clear night, you can go out and look up at the stars, and there's millions of them, or so it seems. And it's hard not to experience the majesty, the expansiveness, the glorious nature of what God has created. And of course, then it's impossible not to feel the Creator in that creation. And so this leaves us with a lot of options to engage in prayer in creation. And a lot of it is just about being more intentional when we are out in the outdoors among creation. To look at just one aspect of creation, to look at a leaf or a flower and really examine the details. To feel the ground under our feet, to pay attention again to our breath and the oxygen, the fresh air that travels in and out. And then we state our intention to God and we ask for God's presence. We ask for God to reveal God's self to us in and through nature, in and through creation. Now, this is a prayer practice that combines well with many of the other prayer practices that we've talked about. It's incredible to simply go out into some beautiful spot and just simply be silent, to be alone and quiet, to just listen to nature, to see what's around you. As we just talked about, it's a great way to practice the breath prayer, to pay attention to the oxygen in the atmosphere as it travels in and out of our lungs. Creativity is another fantastic way to pray in creation, as we can do art or poetry, even music about our experiences in nature. Journaling is yet another. To be in nature and then to reflect on that through journaling and what we see and experience and feel. And finally, of course, the prayer practice of walking, of slow walking, and really being attentive and intentional about what we're experiencing around us. This one is just so wide open. I would love to hear your experiences of how you have encountered God when you are out in God's creation. As always, I hope that this has been meaningful for you, and would love to hear your feedback on your experiences on the prayer journey. Have a blessed day.